Hello, hello, testing, testing. Is everybody in? Is everybody joining in? How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing a little bit better than the price is doing right now. We do have a lot to talk about. Um, This is very exciting times right now. This is just at the precipice of where things could start happening. And, I'm very happy to be streaming right now. So let's have a look at the overall health of our stream. I'm under the impression that most platforms are live. YouTube is streaming live. D Live, hello D Live, how are you doing? Um, Hope everybody's doing great. Twitch, we need to refresh the page because Twitch is always a little bit weird. We do have a healthy stream here as well. And all right, so let's just give everybody a little bit of time to join in. Hope everybody's doing all right. It's a dark day outside, and yeah, it's the perfect time to be streaming. It's the perfect time to be sitting at home, keeping an eye on the charts and everything that's happening, and of course having some coffee. I'm drinking coffee with cream, if you guys would like to know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not part of what you guys are looking for. Okay, think we've been waiting long enough. I'm going to hit the record button, and then everybody can just watch the rerun on YouTube or Facebook if you have my Facebook group account. All right, so here we go. Welcome back. Welcome to yet another exciting day in the land of Bitcoin and magic cryptocurrency money. I hope everybody's doing all right. We've been witnessing quite a dump right now. Overall, still trying to look on the bright side. We did leave the downward channel, which was of course a possibility. Sometimes those do break down to the downside, but we are still within the range of the red channel. So yeah, for now, still looks like we are following the plan. But of course, what do all these things imply? What to read from this whole situation, of course, and let's go over it together. And let's try to look at either both the upside and the downside implications. What could happen and how these things could maybe react, and let's go from there. So yeah, as you can tell, we did break this downward channel here. So yeah, probably we can erase this one from existence. I'm just going to make it invisible. Let's call it lower bull flag, because that's what we called it. Now, what is still possible and what is still in play? Let's do something like this and see how this one could match and fit the picture. No, let's remove it. So, well, price is taking a steep move to the downside. Of course, we still did not even touch the lower end of this rising channel. This could still happen, but most importantly, to me is what we see on the RSI. On the RSI, and this is the open, high, low, close settings. So this is the more aggressive read on pigs is on pigs indicator, showing us, oh, let's close this again, showing us that actually we are already making potential bullish divergences with these two areas here, this one and this one. So again, making a point of no return would already be the lower edge of the box. Once this level still stays the same, as long as we don't close below this box, things could still recover in a very strong way coming from these signals alone. Now we are within the range of this box, and what did I say? I said inside this box actually we are in the potential bullish signal areas. First, granted, I was hoping for price to range within the downward channel and taking it a little bit more slowly, but probably with the elections in the US coming up, yeah, things have been sped up a little bit more aggressive than and yeah, but this is Bitcoin land. This is the land of cryptocurrencies where everything goes and everything is possible. So please never forget this. And this is why I don't like to make long-term predictions. I don't like to play this game just because I don't believe it's possible to predict on a longer scale what is happening in the land of cryptocurrencies. All you can do is just set your limits, try to make a plan, and try to go from there. Never forget to think about your points of no return and all these things. Set up your strategy according to how things could play out, both in the positive and in the negative way. Always think about both directions. And this is what I'm trying to do. This is also the kind of content that I'm trying to bring to you. So I hope you do appreciate this. On the other hand, talking about appreciation, if you do appreciate the time and effort I put into those streams, remember, I'm a big supporter of ByBit. There's a link to sign up on my website. You can use my affiliate link. This will give you, one, some great bonuses, and number two, you will also support my channel with a little kickback. I don't stream for views or anything. I could not care less about this. This is why I'm also spreading myself over different platforms, because sometimes you get shut down on one or the other platform, and with my website, referring to my website, you can always track me back down, okay, or track me back up. What is it? Please tell me in the chat and in the comment section what it is, tracking up or tracking down. I think it's tracking down. Makes more sense to track somebody down, to track down somebody. Yeah. Let's just go with that one. Now, here on the price, this is the most interesting. This is, of course, what everybody is tuning in for. On the stochastics, we see that major levels have been broken. We could try and look for a new possible trend emerging from this whole thing. And maybe this one could start to look valid if and when we start closing a little bit higher and start actually really rejecting the bearish control zone. Right now we are inside the bearish control zone, so of course we do have more downside on our minds than we do have upsides. But let's have a look at more details on how these things could start playing out. So like I said, for now we are potentially making a bullish divergence with these two areas, making a lower low on the RSI, on those two strikes already, and here making a higher low on the price action. On top of that, we do have this big node here sitting at about 13,150, which we could potentially start finding some support on, allowing price to make the bounce back up. But how high could we go? Possibly because we did break down so low, I do not think we are going to see a strong swipe to the upside. Usually what happens, if you look at all these formations here, except for this one, but usually what happens is that once we find a bottom, then we start ranging a little bit higher, hitting resistance, range down a little bit more, making either a bullish divergence on the local signals, or possibly just making a higher low and just continuing the new trend to the upside, which is perfectly possible. Now on the downside, as long as we are not finding support on one of these higher areas, the downside is still possible and in play. So really keep your eyes open for this, because like I said, once we will start closing under, maybe we can drag this up a little bit. No, let's keep it there. Once we start closing under 13,050 or breaking through, wicking through the 12,950, then I potentially am inclined to start changing my bias, and possibly then we'd get still a swipe up, finding some resistance on the upper areas, but then start looking for lower lows. So this is what I'm potentially thinking could happen if we start really piercing through. Also starting to close outside of this channel could also indicate a change of behavior. Probably if we are staying above this this critical zone here, the change of behavior could be a little more slowly, but nonetheless, once we break out of a trend line or a trending channel where we were stuck for at least, well, close to a month now. No, this is not a month. How long was this? This is more like a week. So once we start closing outside of this channel, then potentially it is possible that we are going to start see a change of behavior. Doesn't mean that that we cannot still reach a few of the higher resistance areas, but yeah, once we start breaking down, I think after this we will start seeing a lot more down before we see price recover once again. Now, whoopsie. Now let's have a look at the implied RSI levels, because I always think these are interesting. So we already went over the 1 hour chart. Let's move up to the 3 hour chart and see what the 3 hour chart has in store for us. Now on the 3 hour chart, and this is very interesting, on the 3 hour chart we do see potentially already a bullish divergence over the entire line up and until October 2nd. So this is like a price area from a month ago. So let's mark this one off. This is the one where we don't have divergences yet, but all these areas do already show a potential bullishness, potential bullish divergence within all the ranges. Now we also on a larger scale have a bullish divergence here, followed by potentially a third one here. Now, yeah, like I said before, in the land of divergences, usually we do get three strikes, and then you're out, like in baseball terms. Now, the node, the support node, is actually sitting here more or less in the area where we touched down. So this is actually very, very constructive still. But as you can see, once we will start closing under the green line, once we will start dipping under the green line, there is going to be a lot more price action that possibly could start pushing the price all the way down. And yeah, once we start, especially once we go below the 12,700 area, this is where all red flags start to pop up, and this is where I would really suggest not thinking about putting in a long, but just letting it play out, see where we touch down, and then maybe potentially even start thinking about shorting your positions from time to time. But for now, all this is future talk. As you can see, we still are in the land of possibilities. But yeah, like I said, once we break these levels, so these correspond to the green, the blue, the edge of the blue box and stuff. Once we start breaking these levels, this is where this entire situation is nullified. And then, of course, the next level not to break will be here at about 11,300, more or less. So this is quite some ways down. The price could really potentially go if and when, of course, we start closing below this area. But for now, this is still not in play. What do we see on the stochastics is that we are finding some support again on this line corresponding with this bullish divergence, this line here corresponding with this here, and again now we are in the midst of testing this red trend line that could serve as a support. So yeah, for now it's a little bit more the waiting game, being patient, seeing if she holds, and then we can start looking at where we tip against, see if we are creating any kinds of negative signals, and then we can still go from there. If nothing is very negative and we find some new support on higher areas, then I think it would be safe to say that we will see a recovery of the price. But for now, all this is a little bit future talk. What we need to keep our eyes on is the lower areas here for those not to break and to hold on any counts and measures. I don't see any reasons why to use the pigs calculator for now, because things are pretty obvious. And this is also what we were expecting yesterday. We were expecting at least some sort of a retest of the lower areas. I was not expecting it that quickly, but yeah, you know, this is, like I said, I can't say it enough. This is the land of cryptocurrencies, and, you know, strange things do happen. Now, let's go over to the 4-hour chart, because the 4-hour chart sometimes paints another picture. And let's have a look and see what kind of a trend could start forming and emerge on the stochastics. So the upper line here, let's just remove it. This has nothing left to give. Right here, we are still very, very broken. Maybe with this one, we could start seeing a trend emerge. Could be possible. Could be possible. We have a touch here, almost here. Those came close, and we are in the midst of touching this area. So you know what? I'm just going to keep this line now as a reference, and let's see how she plays out. Maybe you'll want to do the same thing for yourself. So it's the areas of September 4th, September 21st, and October 2nd. So those are three key areas where also we touched this trend line on the price. So yeah, for now, still a lot to play. It's very premature to make any kinds of predictions, except both possibilities could emerge from this entire situation. Now on the upside, because it's not negative all the way, let's make a little bit of a drawing and let's see what kind of upside plays could still happen. Now, like I said, Bitcoin often has its way of oh my god, let's remove all these because it's going to start clogging up my chart. So on the upside, how could this play out in a positive way? Well, maybe we want to extend this for a little bit longer. What could possibly happen if we manage to reject this entire move and start making some positivity? Two things could happen. First, what is possible is that we will start trending a little bit higher, get maybe a rebound here on this intersection, move down again, make a bullish divergence with these two areas, and then finally start ranging back up, which is perfectly possible and plays out within the range of this rising channel. On the other hand, what I do not want to see is probably a rejection of this area and making a higher high straight up, because if we are setting up a higher high with this area, and this is where Pig's indicator is going to help us, I do believe that we might be in for another bearish divergence right on top of it, and this could be like actually really bad. So let's see, what does it say? Yeah, if we make a higher high right now, right out of this straight instance, we will have a bearish divergence, because this high here is sitting at more or less 71 on the RSI, and we could only have a 65 on the RSI right now, right here and then. So yeah, hopefully none of that. On the other hand, let's have a look and see how high price needs to go to avoid having this bearish signal, because of course, you know, we are always sitting in between areas. Yeah, to get a, oh wait, yeah, 71.3. Yeah, to avoid getting a bearish divergence on this situation here, we would need to see price pop above 14,400, which is actually sitting at the, for now, straight up outside of the range of this channel. Of course, like I said, a lot is possible, But if we really see price shoot up, and if you are in a long position right now, I would suggest just taking profit as soon as you're entering this range. Let it play out. It's probably not gonna go all the way to 20K without any retests, and then just go from there. Have a look at what the retest looks like, and maybe then you can step in again. On the other hand, for now, I would not be touching the short button because we are at the low end of the range, and everything is possible. You don't want to be the person shorting here at the low end of the range, because if price starts moving up, where are you going to set your stop losses? This is always your question number one you need to be asking. Like, if I enter a position, where am I going to leave it and take the loss, so I can trade a new position later on, because you don't want to wipe your account in just one go, right? I hope not. I hope not. So a lot is still to be played out. Right now we do see a rejection of this area, so the buying power sitting here at the bottom is looking pretty strong and pretty decisive. Of course, this is a 4-hour chart. We still have 2 hours and a half before it closes. Now let's have a quick look at the 10-hour chart, because sometimes the 10-hour chart can also help us paint a different kind of picture. And what do we see? What do we see? What do we see? We do see that I left a lot of markings, and I'm going to remove them. We do see on this short formation here that already we are setting up for a potential bullish divergence with this area here, and this is a low of 11,400. So for the 10-hour chart, we still are looking quite bullish. We still look like we could start seeing some recovery, because what do we have? We have a let's do it like this. We do have a low, lower low, lower low, and potentially a new lower low. Also, in respect of this one, right now, this is already a lower low with this very low area here. Now, on the other hand, because I know what you guys are saying, we also do have a high followed by a lower high and another lower high. There we go. So how do you shift out both possibilities? Because right now, if we're looking at it, actually both possibilities are potentially in play. So like I said before, I would just suggest setting my points of no return. For now, we could still see something happen like we did in the past. Let's go like this. This is too much in the past. I'm sorry. My apologies. A little bit like we had play out here. So we could still see that same formation make its appearance right here. So what did happen? We did get our 3 strikes of higher highs, lower highs. We did get a retest of the lower area, bouncing off of this section, making a strong bullish divergence with all these areas here, because we have a higher low, higher low, higher low, and we do have lower low, lower low. So what was the reaction out of this? We did get a strong reaction to the upside, but just not strong enough to negate the divergence on this part. So this is where we got our new series of divergence. We did get our higher high on RSI followed by a lower high. We did get another push down, make a strong divergence with the longer term areas, and this allowed us to recover, but just barely, again, not good enough to change the trend, because we did have our series of lower highs. Granted, these two areas were not in divergence, but this is still a continuation. Yeah, so once we are entering the area of bearish divergences, we do need to see a strong bullish divergence that eventually will give us a new higher high and a change of behavior, also readable on the RSI. Now, of course, what happened later, we did get our serious dump, and that was the big one, where we dumped all the way down. We did get our retest with a local bullish divergence, followed by continuation. And this is where we could finally put this entire thing of the past in the past, and this is where we started ranging and building up our new formation. So what is happening here? Somebody is messaging on Twitch. Yeah, you Smith, I'm sorry, I'm not really into especially paid followers and all these things. You know, I'm just growing this channel organically. I'm having fun streaming as I am right now, and you know, I'd rather have interested people opening a real conversation with me, and you know, building on, like, bringing some real knowledge to the community, rather than just getting the views and trying to get some money out of YouTube, Twitch and stuff. Honestly, I don't care about these things. So yeah, thank you for the offer, but I'm very kindly gonna have to decline on this. But yeah, thank you for reaching out anyway, you know. So now let's go back to the main event right here. How far away are we in this scenario? Where are we sitting at? You know, you could argue that right now this one has played out, and that we are going to start see a little series of downtrends with the retests, like I said, and then eventually a big one before the dump. This is possible. This is actually very possible. What is also possible is that this is a little bit premature, that we are right here, sitting right here somewhere, with the strong move up. We did have this big Dart Mall situation, not equally as big, but we did get a strong indecision candle, and then maybe we still need to retest the higher areas, confirming what is going to happen on a longer term, on a longer trend. But of course, all this is future music. This is yeah, possibly even crystal ball stuff, which I try to avoid, So don't you ever trade these kinds of things, because long-term predictions are impossible to make. What we can do right now is just keep our eyes on the levels, and try just to go from there. Try to make a little bit of an extrapolation, and every time we start reaching a level, I would suggest just go over price over RSI situation, have a look at what it looks like, and then maybe possibly we can start thinking about the next move, the next move, the next move, the next move. For now, yeah, this is more or less the only thing that I can bring you on such a oh wow, this is the 2-hour chart. Have a look at this. This is a strong reaction from the bull side of the market. We did get this this big dump that got literally bought up completely. So yeah, and now we're moving down again. This is live streaming for you, huh? But yeah, if you can tell, like, these long wicks are a strong reaction of the market, whether it is from the upside pushing it down, or whether it is from the downside pushing it up, and this can only mean one thing. Right here at this level, at the 13,200, between 13,200 and 13,400, there is a lot of interest in Bitcoin. So yeah, let's see how she plays out. Now, I'm not going to make my stream. I'm probably not going to make my stream last for an hour. What I am going to do right now is just have a little look at. Yeah, let's have a little look at what the dollar is doing, because we are Monday. The markets are open again, and yeah, where did we leave off yesterday, on Friday? And also in the weekend, I did have a little look at what the dollar could potentially be doing. So what did I say? Possibly a retest of this this area here, giving us a bearish divergence, making a higher high on the price followed by a lower high on the RSI. And this is, of course, the rejection that we were talking about. And if we look at this from a longer term point of view, I do believe this is actually the top of where the dollar has reached, and potentially we are going to start seeing quite some downtrending again. Also, stochastics have been snaking, narrowing down in this corner. And of course, you know, I don't like to trade too much off of these, but shapes on stochastics often do work. And what do we see? We are within this wedge, and of course eventually we are going to have to break out of this wedge. The upside is not possible anymore, so there is only one way this could go, and slowly turning momentum to the downside. I think this would be really good for Bitcoin. If you're more into Bitcoin than the dollar, then this is happy things for you. But yeah, of course, still a lot is possible. Like I said, we are in, I don't know when it is, but very soon, election day is in the United States, and this is probably where a lot is going to be decided over overall over what the dollar is doing. On top of that, we do have the pandemic breaking out more, so more and more stimulus is going to be released into the market, which is also a very negative thing for the dollar. Last time we did witness a serious dump on the stock market and also on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies and stuff, but is history going to repeat? Or is it so fresh in the memory of people investing that this time actually history is going to do the exact opposite? You know, like, I don't have a crystal ball, like I keep saying a lot, but you always have to think about both possibilities, both plays, and if you're really, really, really unsure, just don't get into a position. Okay, just wait for it, and maybe some sort of a strong move is going to help you see what the right play would have been, and the reaction of that play could actually give you an idea for the next move and which you would like to take then. All right, so I hope I'm making myself clear enough on this. I'm not telling you what to do, but I would like to at least share how to go by your daily analysis. So again, E-mini futures, like I said yesterday, this was looking very, very bullish. And what do we see? We see a strong reaction here on E-mini futures. The price really pushed up. We did hit this, let me see if I can take a trend line. We did hit some of this resistance right here. Yeah, let's hit it like this. Now is the question, are we gonna be able to break it? In comparison to these two areas, we do have a bearish signal already showing up, but for E-mini futures, I think it's more healthy to look at it on a longer scale. So yeah, possibly, I think there are still going to be some zigzags and stuff. Maybe just like Bitcoin, recovering and then making a little swipe down. So hitting here against these nodes, swiping down, making another bullish signal, and then be off for the races. Especially if the dollar is getting ready to make new lows. I think this could be just a logical reaction of the stock market to start making higher highs again and start recovering as well from this massive correction. Because yeah, in the stock market, losing 250 points is quite a correction. It's like where did we see this in the past? Yeah, in March we did see quite a strong correction, but before all that, yeah. So yeah, let's see what she does. Like I said, go level by level. Of course, once we start breaking this area here at 3,225, 3,222 more or less, this is again same thing where we negate this bullish signal from these two areas, and this is where we are going to go down below. Next level of interest would be around this big node here, forming a potential support. And of course, what we really don't want to see, but I don't think this is in the cards, is breaking the low of March 23. But you know, everything is possible, especially in those crazy times. So yeah, keep your eyes on the market. I don't think it's necessary to repeat this too often. If you're in the markets for all these things, then yeah, you want to keep your eyes on the price right now, because this is where history is written. Right now we are in the midst of making some really really interesting changes and witnessing some really interesting changes. Now I'm going to leave it for now. Maybe we can have a look at the Bitcoin dominance, because altcoins have been doing really, really bad, especially since September. When was that? That was like 3 months ago. 3 months ago, obviously, the dominance was sitting really low. Right now, dominance is looking at also potentially, yeah, potentially a little bit of a turnaround where we could see altcoins rise up again. Now, for all you people into altcoins, I think this is a time maybe to hold on to your positions, no matter how much of a loss in Bitcoin term you had. Maybe this could be your chance to see some gains on your altcoins, especially if we see the dominance drop back down to like a 60-ish level. This could be a really nice signal for you guys. Well, but this is it. This is it. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you really want to support my channel, please consider signing up to ByBit using my affiliate link. You can find my affiliate link on the website. It's very easy to find. What you do is you go to wolvesofbybit.com with dashes, wolves-of-bybit.com. You scroll down a little bit lower, you will sign here up to ByBit. This is a link. This is my affiliate link. And then afterwards, if you want to join our Discord channel, feel free to send me an email using this form, or scroll down below. My email, my direct email address is also sitting right there. This will give you access to the VIP section of my Discord. This will also give you the possibility of sending me messages 24/7. I do answer as quickly as possible. Talk about your strategies, your ideas, your TA, maybe some indicators that that you like to use. Maybe you can teach me something. You know, this is the community I'm trying to build. But nonetheless, this doesn't cost you a thing. Using my affiliate link, you will get great bonuses. Give ByBit a try. It's an amazing platform. Like, I've been in this world and in this industry for a little longer than most people. I've started off like in the early times of Bitcoin, like even before Ethereum was Ethereum. I traded a little bit on Mt. Gox, on Cryptsy, on all the exchanges that did get hacked. So yeah, I know my exchanges. I know when to spot a place that I really like. So give ByBit a try. Take the bonuses, and if you really don't like it, no hard feelings, no loss for you. It's just fairly straightforward, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna leave it with this. Let's have a look and see how she plays out. Are we going down to the green area of the channel, or are we still going to make a little more attempt at ranging in the upper side? Yeah, let's have a look, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Try to stay safe, try to stay COVID free, very important one. Keep your trades very safe, and see you on the flip side, guys. Thank you for joining.